Hey, today I'm going to go through 3 fundamental principles that you can use to build powerful relationships with your friends, with your family, with colleagues, with customers, and even with your pets. And a bonus video at the end of my dog just being crazy. So today I thought I'd shoot a video outside because it's beautiful out, the weather's awesome, I'm up on the roof, and also because it's my birthday, so I get to do what I want. But today I wanted to really cover some fundamental principles on how to build great relationships. And often I talk about a lot of stuff when I'm doing my training online with clients, and what I like to do sometimes is come to these sort of realizations of key concepts to simplify everything. And so today I wanted to simplify some 3 things that you can do to build really, really cool relationships. And the reason that this came up was the other day I was walking my dog. We went for about an hour walk, and we go through a path along the city here in Victoria, and then we get downtown, and I walk my dog off leash. And so I was thinking about, why is it that some people walk their dogs off leash and some don't? What's the difference between that relationship and other relationships? And so because I was looking at my dog, and I just started to think about this kind of stuff. And I came to this sort of epiphany about what was going on. You see, with my dog, I don't really treat her like a dog. I don't really treat her like, not necessarily like even family, but what I treat her like, just like I do with all of my relationships, is almost like a strategic partner. And a strategic partner is one, like for her and I, it's this human-dog relationship that's built on this like cool kind of mutual respect. And so this is the way I think. Anyways, so I was thinking about what are some of the guiding principles that make that relationship work well enough that I allow her to walk off leash even on busy streets. So the 3 things that I came up with was, first one was trust. The second one was boundaries. And the third one was love. And as I started to walk, I get this time to think about it, and I thought, you know what, those are the 3 principles that are really important in every relationship that we have. And so I said, well, what does that mean? And so I did, like I like to do, I just started talking out loud, and I really like this concept, and I wanted to share it with you, because often we get bogged down with all of the stuff I talk about all the time. And so if we're gonna kind of break that down, I want you to think about what, in your relationships, are you building trust? With your customers, are you building trust? And in order to get trust from them, and I've written about this before, you have to give trust. You have to be open and vulnerable, and you have to be seen as trustworthy. And the more you can build trust in your relationships, the more opportunities are going to be open for you. So you need to come from this place of really someone who others would want to work with or want to work with. The second one with the boundaries. Boundaries are really important. I think often we forget to create boundaries and also demonstrate those. And so in your, if you're talking with customers or in your relationships, are you actually setting, your limits, what you will and won't do? Are you being accountable to yourself? Are you being accountable to them? And are you helping people be accountable? And the big question there is, are you leading by example so that people can see how far they can push and where they should actually come in line? And that's the same thing I was thinking about my dog, is the same way I work with everybody, is that I really try and come from this place of trust, and I also let people know how far I'll go with things, and so that everything's not just always like sunshine and roses, that there are some rules, and those rules create consistency so our relationships are stronger, so that we know what tracks that we can run on. And then of course the third one is love. And love, it's kind of subjective. People look at it different ways, but I think love is just the energy that you put out there to everybody that you interact with every day. And so I'd ask you is, do you wait for other people to smile first before you'll smile? Right? When I was walking, that was what I was thinking about, is, here it's a very friendly city, and you walk around and people smile to each other, but sometimes they don't. And then I started to ask myself, am I smiling to everybody? Am I demonstrating love in every one of my relationships all the time? And in one of my previous videos, I talked about neural associations, which is that what you're known for when people first interact with you. So when my girlfriend comes in the room, I always greet her with a big smile, and she does the same thing. So our neural association is relating happiness to that instant reaction. Do you have friends that, sometimes you're like, oh, I hope they're going to be in a good mood? Or are you known as that person that sometimes I hope that they're going to be in a good mood? So that place of love is really about setting that intention, and as I talked about before, it's just being really authentic right from the outset. And so the more I thought about these principles, the more I thought, those are really fundamental, foundational things to build respect, to build great relationships in everything that we're doing. And then I thought, how closely aligned every day, every week, every month am I with those principles? And that's sort of my challenge to you, is to say, okay, if you believe in those three principles, the trust, boundaries, and love, how much can you demonstrate those each day, even this week, all this month, and just sort of rate yourself at the end of each day. Say, hey, how close was I with that? Right? What did I struggle with? Was it, I was too busy with my own crap that I was dealing with to not be able to put myself forward and create these relationships? Because if you're finding that in your relationships, you're not getting what you're looking for, perhaps you're not doing enough to create them. So that's my challenge to you today. And I'm going to work really hard with all of my customers and all my colleagues, the people that I work with, and my friends and family, and even my dog, to make sure that I'm sticking to those principles I believe in. And so that's the way I like to kind of bring things together, which is to simplify all these big concepts we talk about into just basic principles. So ask yourself if you're doing those things each day, and I hope that helps you. And I'd love for you guys to put comments below and let me know how you apply these kinds of principles, or if there's different ones that you use. I'd love to be able to learn from you, and so I hope to hear from you there. Make sure you comment and share this, and I love sharing with this. And happy birthday to me. Take care. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Maybe. Okay, come on. You gonna swim? Yeah, go get that. Yeah, go get it. Oh, bye. Good girl. Nice work. You're wild. Nice job, Rocks.